Very grateful and obviously by the turnout. It's good to see everyone else's too. Now, obviously, it doesn't happen, events like these don't happen, a lot of cooperation and coordination, and in that regard, obviously, we give thanks to a few people. Obviously, Volleyball Western Australia, the Echidnas Board, Volleyball Tasmania, and then we have a few sponsors we'd also like to thank. We'd like to thank Pop Nutrients for their support, RBK Gardening and Maintenance, Landmark Lucky Lotto, the Tasmanian Government, BMW Hobart, and Barbecue Sandbag. Thanks to the initial start of the day. We'll have both teams just quickly for a photo after this. We appreciate it. And then the warm-ups will begin and we'll get everything underway. So welcome and let's have a good day.
What's that text? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing. It's not coming through very loud. I can vaguely hear myself. Test, test, test. I think I pop a little bit.
Oh, no. Yeah, just a little bit.
Still a little.
Very little bit. And it's a bit buzzy.
Testing,
Yours buzzy?
testing, testing. Yeah, it sounds a little,
Can't really
little
hear you.
fuzzy, but not too bad. Can you speak?
Hello. Yeah. Speaking. Coming through.
I can't hear you.
Testing.
No, that's going to be an issue. I can't hear you. Might need to go, slightly off.
Might have to. All right. Hello and welcome to the Moomba Sports Centre for this first home set of games for the Tasmanian Echidnas Volleyball Club against the Western Australian Steel. And it is a pleasure to be here with you. My name is Jake Morgan and this will be my co-commentator with you, Mr. Andrew Cooling.
Pleasure to be here, Jake, and the building just rocking here pre-game, the atmosphere building up. These teams have already met once, a pretty comfortable win for WA, but the locals will no doubt be keen to put in an improved showing in game number 2.
I think they certainly will be, Andrew. So we have WA to serve here. Here is Jackie Tambouri. Disappointing reception there to begin with for the Echidnas.
Yeah, a bit of a sloppy error right off the bat, a bit of a free point there for WA. You got to make them earn them a little bit more than that.
Tambouri again, float service. No, pushes wide to Ribeiro, and a big block there coming from Shelby Ma. One of the stars of Western Australian volleyball, this young lady. She has been their beach player of the year, their indoor player of the year. She's done it all. And a very big block there.
So a strong start this for WA, racing out to a 3-0 lead. Tambouri getting it done on the serve, and Tassie just need a point here, you feel, to settle into the game a little bit.
Just a little bit of block cover perhaps lacking there from the Tasmanian girls, but it was a good swing from McAdam.
Some desperation there, diving, but can't quite get it, and it's 4-0 now. Just a little sloppy so far, Tasmania.
Head coach Chris Rice just down there having a few settling words to his troops. Very experienced Tasmanian coach, that man. And into the net now from Tambouri. She had Pretty good run there with the 4 serves in a row to get things started for WA.
Yeah, you take the 4-0, but Tassie on the board and they'll look to build. And the crowd getting into it here for the first time today, making a really good atmosphere as new serves.
Oh, and pushed out to the opposite there in Brown, and Tessa Brown has absolutely killed that ball. Really looking powerful here early on, the WA Steel.
It's been an impressive start from the visitors, picking up right where they left off in game number 1. So it'll be Brown to serve.
Oh, deft. Intelligent shot there from Ribeiro. She saw those 2 blocks bearing down on her and just smartly and deftly tipped the ball over the top, just out of the outstretched reach of, I think, Ma again. Certainly making herself busy for the Western Australians. Ribeiro to serve for the Echidnas.
So 5-2 the score. And Ribeiro to serve.
Oh, and just a bit of a disappointing shot there from Hudson. Just didn't quite get the contact that she wanted, but she's an incredibly talented player and plays the opposite position just about as well as anybody will in this state.
So Christina Durui to take over on serve. 6-2 the score.
Oh, and it was a slightly tight set there from No, but Trin Thorpe there with the kill down the line, putting a lot of power behind it. She is a talented volleyballer.
Yeah, the captain's stepping up there, leading from the front.
Certainly.
Brown again in fine voice at the Movember Sports Centre. Nicely done there, Hislop.
Just showed really good reach in the air, did Hislop. The athleticism of these Western Australian girls is certainly coming through in their hang time. They just seem to be able to stay up in the air. You can see it on that touch.
So
Shelby
Shelby
to serve. Really good dig there from No.
Unlucky there, good effort from Allright, got up, just wouldn't quite land for her.
Yeah, just really hard to get out and cover sometimes when you're a middle blocker. You have to make those decisions, and when you're covering that middle as your first priority, sometimes you can get there late, like in that example. Tips working pretty well here for Tasmania. They've found a good spot of court. Hudson now with the hit, well picked up on the line there for Western Australia. Ma with the hit, excellent block cover. A big block there from Allright, but wonderful block cover from No. And excellent point there, won by the Echidnas. Just a really good rally all around. Just starting to grow in the game, I think. Perhaps a little bit of that nervousness is easing, Andrew.
Yeah, point of the match, that one. Fantastic rally. Both teams pushing hard. Tassie get it. They pull it back to 8-4, and after that slow start, they've worked their way into this contest quite nicely. Oh, running into each other there. A bit of a miscommunication, and the Echidnas pull it back to 5-8. First time we've seen the WA side kind of out of sync, really. Their movement's been pretty spot on so far.
Yeah, and I think the player in position 6, the number 18, Morton, might be a little bit unhappy with the teammate on that one. Otherwise, I would be thinking he's a pipe ball, and it looks like a big net touch there too from Hislop. Always situations that slightly make you flinch, those ones. You're worried about the ankle injury when contact's coming in hard on the net like that. But another point for the Echidnas. They've had a few on the trot here.
WA pull that one back, but Tassie had won 5 of the last 7 points. It really worked their way back into the set nicely. So 6-9, still WA in command, but being pushed here. Tasmania just sensing an opportunity perhaps, and the favourites will look to re-establish themselves. Serving here is Keith Crean. bit of a miscommunication there from the Echidnas. Two players going for the same ball, and WA take full advantage. 10-6 the score.
Just in the first game this morning, I think that was probably an area of the game where the WA Steel really showed their class as a team. Really, they have an extraordinary capability to be able to hit those off-speed balls that aren't set to the locations that they want them to, and still make a really good contact and attack. Libero just takes over the play there. Pipe ball, and I think that's off the top of the tape. Nothing doing from the referee, so it's going to be play on. The Echidnas girls show really good focus too. Lovely block there from All Right. Hislop blocking very well for the Western Australians, getting a lot of touches here.
Oh, that's a great block. Thorpe just trying for the finesse. Hislop gets up, denies a great rally there. 12-6 the score in Tasmania. Perhaps a little missed opportunity.
No, she read the tip extremely well there, did Hislop.
Great defence from both sides, though.
Oh, absolutely. It was an excellent rally.
Blocking exceptional there from both teams, and that's long. A fault there, and 12-7 the score. The Echidnas will take the 3-point here. Thorpe to serve. He's been impressive with her blocking thus far.
And just really tipped into the back of the court. Just tapped over the top really there. Well placed into position one. Hislop to serve for Western Australia. Wide to Ribeiro go the Echidnas. Good block cover there from Janssen. Thorpe now. Oh, and it's just a couple of centimetres long.
So 14-7. Do Tasmania maybe consider a timeout at some point here?
Hislop served, received by Ribeiro. Back to her. Another good tip over the top. It's going to be a free ball here for the Echidnas. Well taken by Janssen. Oh. Ribeiro really growing into the game for the Echidnas, but Mar on the line has been equal to everything that has been thrown at her. Kill coming back really quickly there from the Western Australians after being on the back foot for most of that rally. And a disappointing serve there for Hislop. Serving really well. Will be the Tasmanian Echidnas middle blocker, Lucy All Right to serve. Good serve, but perfectly received. And that is whack from Brown. She has really clubbed that ball. Shanked out of the court too.
So after putting it back to 9-6, WA have really re-established control here. Got themselves back on top, a 16-8 lead. And closing in on the first set, and that one's dropped in, I think.
Just an extraordinary float on that ball, really, from Tamburi. She is a bit of an artist with her serve, I think. She's got a real capability to make the ball move in flight, which can be just such a crucial component of your serve. Disguised that really well, didn't I? And Brown just starting to grow into the game there for the Western Australians.
Tamburi continuing to dominate here on serve. Started off with a 4-0 lead and has won a few more points here. Tasmanians just struggling to handle her right now. They 18-8.
Well chased down there from Janssen. It's a free ball for the Western Australians. And just disappointing one there for Hudson. Went the gator when she could have gone a standard dig there, I think.
Yeah, just beaten by the power of Ma, and a timeout called by the Echidnas to score 19-8. They'll just take a minute to regroup here. The first set, you'd say, probably beyond them at this point, but certainly will want to just make them earn a little bit, not just surrender the first set here. It slipped away from them in the last 5 minutes, and probably a good time just to call timeout, settle things down, I think.
Yeah, I think that certainly is the case, but we all know in volleyball how important it can be to use those timeouts to put pressure back on the opposition server. It is a really important weapon for coaches to use at the right time to just try and break up that rhythm of the opposition. When you start getting a big serving run in volleyball, it becomes very difficult to lose a set. Oh, and really good commitment there on the defence from both Janssen and Thorpe, but not quite getting to that ball. Becoming quite dominant from the outside position here at WA.
Tessa Brown on that occasion, so Tamburi still on serve here, winning point after point. Just looks to drop that one. Just got a little bit too cute on that occasion.
Yeah, I think so, but I think after getting 7 serves in a row or so, I think it was, I will allow her the indulgence of going for the drop shot there, Andrew.
Oh, I think so.
He's been serving well as Tamburi. So Nat No to serve for Tasmania. Really good serve and really well received by WA too. And Brown just popping up out the other side now with a really good hit. Just tools the ball off the hand of the block.
Powerful hitter, Tessa Brown, isn't she? She's displayed that here in the first set a number of times. Just too much speed for the blocks of the Echidnas. 21-9 the score. And Thorpe with a good one there and pulls it back to 21-10. It just floated a little, I think, there.
Yeah, and Walters just getting a run here for WA as the libero. Would be a little bit disappointed with that pass, but it can often happen when you come on cold playing the position of libero. I've had it happen to myself plenty of times. So it'll be Christina DeRui now to serve. Nothing doing with that one. Easy points there for the Echidnas as they try and get a bit of a run here to get the pressure back on WA.
And Bonnie McAdam to serve, very much one of the stars of this team. A good serve there from her. A steal on the back foot here, but again, they find a way, 23-11.
Gee, that seemed to be just repulsed away from the blocker's arms. I don't know how it managed to sneak through there from Warburton. She made me think of the stars of Warburton. She's certainly a star, this Warburton. Oh, and Ribeiro put the pressure on Thorpe there, but Thorpe with a really deft touch, just playing it off the WA block. Really intelligent play there from the Tasmanian captain, and she is a classy player.
She's done that a few times, got them with the little finesse. WA's route to winning points has been a lot more the power hitting. Tasmania getting some joy from the little drop shots so far in this one. Caitlin, it'll be Erica Hudson to serve here. We'll bring up set point for WA Steel. the precipice of taking this first one here.
A couple of disappointing errors at times there from the Echidnas ladies, but they've certainly had their moments too.
And there it is, WA take the opening set, 25-12. After a slight wobble there early on as the Echidnas pulled it back to 9-6. From that point on, it was pretty dominant from the WA Steel side. And they take the set comfortably, 25-12. A few positive signs there for the Echidnas, but overall, the Steel just looking the stronger outfit thus far, as they did in game number 1, Jake.
No, they certainly do, and they're a well-established club that has been around for a while, the WA Steel, and it's a really good opportunity to test the Tasmanian Echidnas mettle against opposition of that quality. The Echidnas girls are very excited to be heading away to the Australian Volleyball League in 2022, so this is a prime opportunity for us to really test ourselves against what we can see from that first set is a very classy opposition.
Well, it's a marked step up in opponent, isn't it? I mean, this is a standard that the girls, you're only going to improve by playing against this type of opposition, but they don't get those opportunities. And with no AVL in 2021, fantastic that this has been brought together to give them that opportunity.
And I think that's been a frustration certainly for both squads. I know I was having a chat to Pauline Manser, the coach of WA, before the game, and she mentioned that they were feeling much the same frustrations that we were feeling down here in Tassie, that we were largely sick of playing against ourselves due to these border restrictions that have understandably been put in place due to the pandemic. But with the privileges that we have in both states, it's just such a fantastic opportunity for us to get together and showcase a really high level of volleyball and really set the standard for where we want to be heading in our program at the Echidnas.
So where do you think the Echidnas need to adjust in set number 2, Jake, if they're to get a little bit closer in this one?
Yeah, I think they put a little bit of pressure at times on the setter, Natno. It's just not always being pushed up tightly to the net in a way that will allow her to take the first options that she wants as a setter. With a blocking team as strong as the Western Australian Steel, I think when you're keeping those passes down to 1 passes or 2 passes, it's just going to be very difficult for you if you come up and against, really only being able to get to 1 option and having those blocks bear down on you. We're looking to go here for the second set. Tasmania looking to respond after a disappointing opener. There certainly was a lot of power behind that serve from Natno, but unfortunately just tagging the top of the net.
I suppose there's that temptation when you're playing a tough team like this to redline a little bit, go for those tougher shots, knowing that you might as well gamble a little bit, and perhaps you saw that.
And I think playing percentages with volleyball, that is absolutely something that you'd want to do, Andrew Cooling, because if you're playing against quality opposition and you start trying to put in easy shots, they will absolutely punish you in this sport.
We saw their power hitting game in that first set. They weren't missing out too often. So 2-0 to start the set for WA Steel here.
Oh, really good block there from McAdam. And a lovely swing there from Sarah. We were speaking in the warm-up about this lady. She certainly a fantastic hitter. Seems to have the ability to really hang in the air.
Yeah, only 168 centimetres, but she gets up there and gives it an almighty wallop. Great leap.
Another scrappy ball taken by the Echidnas. Tamburi pushes it out wide, and Ma just thunders through with the power kill. Fantastic player.
Lovely little decoy run there too. A couple of options. Tough to cover those ones.
It certainly is. That's what the really good organised outfits do. They will draw blockers away, and when you can get players like her one-on-one, it can be very difficult to stop them. Hudson now swings for the line, wins an important point there for the Echidnas. It's the tool off the block.
So 4-1, their first point of the set. Important to get that one. It's that mental block at that first point. The longer you wait, the tougher it can be. Close getting on the board. But unfortunately, it's just another error off the serve, gifting it right back to WA Steel. Just can't afford these type of unforced errors when you're playing an opponent of this high quality.
Yeah, and it certainly is a massive part of that game of volleyball, but they get one right back there to the Echidnas. That was Darui with the miss serve.
And McAdam was pretty good on the serve in the first set.
And Sarah again, just gliding into the air. It's almost like she has a jetpack at times. She just has the ability to hover and float, and then such a powerful, good, quick arm with good technique.
Yeah, Jasmine Sarah, absolutely outstanding so far in this one. You're right, it is. It's the leap. She's not amongst the tallest players on the court, but I reckon she's got one of the best vertical leaps out there. And suddenly, just a few serving errors creeping into this one. And the timeout called, so...
Oh, not a timeout there, rather. If we have a look, there's going to be a couple of substitutions. We will be seeing a different setter for Tasmania with Sammy Ashcroft coming on. And we'll also be seeing Rebecca Flynn introduced in the place of Erica Hudson. Ashcroft to serve. It's a good serve. Well taken by Brown. Tamburi runs the slide ball, and the Echidnas cannot cope with it. Lovely hit there from Hislop, getting around the back.
7-3, and Jasmine Sarah serving.
Really big fan of that slide ball in women's volleyball.
Oh, perfection. Picks out the back corner. The Echidnas opting to leave, but it just dropped perfectly. Can't place the ball any better than that. And Sarah's dominance just continuing here. And they simply have no answers right now to Jasmine Sarah Jake Morgan.
Oh, she's taking over this game, really. It's 9-3 to Western Australia. Have been absolutely dominant in this set.
And all right, just misfiring there. Just quite picking out the line. And 10-3 the score. WA again just storming away with this set. The Echidnas need a response.
Oh, just nearly tags the roof there. Ball stays in play, however. Comes out again to Brown. Janssen with the touch. And Flynn introduced, clobbers it, but well saved. Extraordinary rally developing here, and what a touch there from Thorpe. Just gets the fingers of the block and out of court. Excellent rally there, and a real confidence builder there for the Tasmanians, just knowing that they can really stick in a rally and play the smart shots and win themselves those points.
Yeah, they needed that. It had been a bit of an ugly set, but that should give them some confidence. And Thorpe again with the finesse game, outstanding. 10-4.
Oh, and right back at them. Tamburi there with the back set. Tips it over into space, and the Echidnas players were just not aware of that one. Really good shot there.
Just caught sleeping a little there, weren't they? It's a very clever player. Very clever player. Showing some guile.
Lovely defence there from Janssen. Agnew swings for the Echidnas, but just got underneath that one a little bit.
She certainly signalled her intentions coming on, though, Flynn. Has had two opportunities and just gone bang, bang both times.
No, she played in the team with the last Echidnas trip away to the Australian Open Championships in Queensland. And I was mentioning earlier how much of a fan I was of the slide ball in women's volleyball, and that is largely due to watching Rebecca Flynn in that tournament. She was the biggest weapon for the Echidnas, I think. Was winning point after point for us. A really good deft shot there from Brown. Just saw the position 6 wasn't quite over as far as it could be. Played a really intelligent shot. Derui now with the substitution.
Caitlin Winkup taking her place. Good blocking there. Brings it back to 13-5. WA Steel firmly in the ascendancy here in set number 2. The Echidnas at least are making them work for it. And a few more rallies starting to develop here in the second set. It'll be Lucy all right to serve.
Got a bit of backspin on that serve. You don't see that too often. And might have made a little bit of a difference there with the ball. Just doesn't come off the arms as well as you'd like when it has that kind of spin on it. Just can take a little bit of power out of it for the setter.
The crowd getting right behind Lucy all right here. And they'll will the hosts back into it. Unfortunately, all right, got that one all wrong. And just clobbers their own teammate's head.
You just have a smile and a laugh at those ones. It's never intended, but always hilarious. Tamburi to serve again. She gave us trouble in that first set, and it looks like she is again.
They've just had no answers to the serve of Tamburi. She's just reeled off points every time. It's been her time to serve. And again here, a pretty quick point there.
Just a little bit of hesitation there from Ashcroft going for that ball. Certainly can be difficult as a young setter to really come in and start pushing around fully grown women and mothers who have been playing the sport for 20 years or more.
I think it's a good time to call the timeout because they need to come up with a plan of attack for the serve of Jackie Tamburi here, because she's reeled off several points and has taken 2 here and is threatening to do it again in set number 2.
No, she certainly has been, and she's just been picking her targets well, I think. So certainly keen to get going at WA because I think that was a little bit earlier than 30 seconds, as you could hear from the referee who came on a little bit later. They're keen to get back out there, chomping at the bit.
Yeah, they don't want to stop. 16-6. First set already in the bag. And they're storming towards set number 2. It'll be Tamburi once more.
Block cover really starting to improve for the Echidnas ladies, I think. Wasn't enough of that in that first set, and perhaps just a couple of touches there from the ball on Wincup. It's caught between her and the net. You're going to see those same couple of substitutions now, so Nat Knott will be coming back onto the field, and we'll be seeing Erica Hudson introduced again. Good reach there from Wincup. Find the pancake there from Tamburi. You always love to see it. Baking up a flapjack for our Saturday. But ends up back over to the Echidnas, who get the kill. Position 5 really open there for them. And taken by Agu.
The opening was there for it. Took it nicely. Always on the front foot in that rally, the Echidnas. 8-16 becomes 8-17. There's that one again. Just unforced error off the serve.
It's the substitution now. We will be seeing Brown coming off and Warburton introduced in place of her. One of the younger members of the squad here is Emily Warburton. Just looking to build and begin the volleyball career. A good serve from her, straight at the Tasmanian captain, who struggled to deal with it. All still in play. And just missed down the line there from Sarah, I think, but referee having a look around. The signal has come in from the linesperson. Out.
I mentioned Warburton's age there. A number of teenagers turning out for both sides here today. We've got 4 in the Tasmanian squad, 3 in WA.
Yeah, these kind of friendly games when we're losing our top level competitions as we did this year, are just a really good opportunity to give the youngsters a go. And certainly know Chris Rice, the coach of the Echidnas women's team. It's been really busy. What a diving save there from Agnew to just interrupt my thought. Oh, and Janssen getting involved too. They're very committed on that point, the Echidnas ladies. We certainly want to see a lot more of that from them.
Yeah, Agnew did so well to get that one up.
Just to finish that thought, Chris Rice just really has built a really large squad around these ladies, and yeah, and it's fantastic to see the way that he's brought in some of these younger women to learn from the more experienced, and we're seeing that out there today with players like Ashcroft getting a go out there on the field, and Lucy Allwright in particular, Bonnie McAdam too, playing the middle. A couple of really good young talented players that are only going to get better.
So here is McAdam. Great block there. And there was some good defence from the Echidnas, but eventually WA, the third time asking, put it away.
And she picked her angle really well there, did Elise Hislop. Saw the gap in the court.
So Alchin will come on here, replacing Tamburi.
So just giving their second setter a go here, I believe, WA. So
another teenager, just 19 years of age, Sophie Alchin. 20-10 now. WA 5 points away from set number 2. And they storm towards the end of the first set. They'll be looking to do likewise here. The serve from Ma. Oh, good shot there. Beautifully done from Thorpe. Has probably been responsible for the majority of the winners from the Echidnas today, Thorpe.
The captain always leads by example, and she's certainly a talented player, that's for sure. Just wonder if the WA Libero thought that one was dropping out of court. Dropped in. Right, an excellent hit out there.
You give Sarah an opportunity like that, she's shown she's not going to miss that.
Really good effort there from Agnew, who has been working really hard in this set. Trying to get across the cover, but hit had a little bit too much power. Sarah to serve. Snicks the top of the net. Janssen up to all right, and it just drops into court there. Morton looking for her position 6 to come in behind and just sweep up a little bit.
And the players just getting the crowd up behind them here on this occasion, encouraging the support. It'll be Thorpe to serve.
Really good contact there from Hudson on that serve. All right now. Excellent slide ball. Well run from Lucy Allwright. Another young volleyballer with a lot of talent who continues to improve and get better.
Some nice work from Erica Hudson earlier in that point too. Helps set it up.
Really love to see Allwright not being intimidated by those blocks there and hitting straight through the ball. It's fantastic. It's absolutely what you want to see from your middle blockers.
Just backing a power.
Hit it. And saved here from WA. Their block cover really excellent on that one. Allwright again with the save. Janssen working hard as libero. A good pass there from Morton, and out to Ma, who had just been perhaps going out of the game a little bit, or at least I hadn't been noticing her as much. Still certainly has all of those high qualities that we were praising earlier in the game.
Yeah, been a little more subdued in this set, but did not miss out there. Just so much power. And getting through the blocks of the Echidnas there. So 22-13, 3 points away from the set, but again, a rather soft one there, and we'll gift the point back to the Echidnas. All right to serve. And just chastising herself a little bit there. Was Hislop not happy with her serve as she walks to the bench, muttering away.
That's certainly one that you can get in your own head about, the serve. Coaches drive it into volleyball players about how essential it is to get the serve in, but not just to get the serve in, particularly at this level, to get it in with a bit of pace.
So,
No point giving away free balls that the opposition can just smack straight back at you. Agnew now with the hit.
that's just wide. It'll bring up the set point for the West Australians. 24 to
For that
14.
deep corner, there was Agnew, not going power hit there, but going for placement.
There was room for it, just couldn't quite find it. Couldn't quite find the line. Floats wide, and now serving for the set here is Elchin.
Oh, that is a really good serve. She saw they were stacked over one side of the court, did Elchin, and she picked out that spot. Ma now, excellent block there from the Echidnas. Great contact from No and McAdam. Just tagged the net there, did McAdam. She'd been working so hard in that point. Disappointing one, but made really good contact on the block. She has fantastic energy, that young woman.
Yeah, just clipping the net there. So set number 2 goes to WA Steel, 25 to 14. And they take a stranglehold on this game now. 2 sets to love. And the Echidnas, look, they've fought hard. They've had patches within the sets where they've done all right. But unfortunately, the quality of WA just too much for them. And I think we've got a bit of a raffle announcement coming up here. Someone's about to walk away with a prize.
And we will take a short break in commentary and be back with you momentarily.
Hello. We have a couple of rapid prizes from our sponsors to get away. We need the first one. YouTube is our first prize. So, give us a ticket. It is A53. Basically every minute. A56. Whoa, one more. There is one more raffle with the rules are wrong. Please take the raffle tickets. So, well done. Let's go, Steve.
The third set just getting underway here. Tamburi to serve for WA, and in what will likely be a relief to Tasmanian fans, she has missed her serve, and as a Tasmanian fan,
Uncharacteristic error, that one. And for the first time today, Tasmania take the lead in a set, and the crowd love it. Didn't last long in Italy, but crowd getting up there for a moment. And the Tessa Brown to serve here. Shown herself to be a powerful hitter. Oh, I'm just getting the fingers mixed up a little bit there. Well, I think was Rice. Getting the positioning correct.
and that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier with the float service on the ball. Some people can absolutely smash a top spinner, but as a libero, I've always found it a lot easier to pass those balls than it is to pass a really good hard float serve. And that's what we're seeing here from Brown, getting that late movement that can make it really hard to receive.
Just missing out on that occasion, clipping the top of the net. It'll be Agnew for the Echidnas. On the southpaw, good serve. Well, it's just long, and the Echidnas will take it. The magnificent beard of Nick Jones on the line there, making the call.
Almost thought we were in Glen Rowan for a second, and that was the man Ned Kelly himself. Agnew to serve. Ma goes the tip ball this time. Just tags the arm of Rice there. Probably expecting a more driven ball. Makes decisions really well, does Ma.
Yeah, Christina DeRui. Now, was that intentional to flick it over and try and catch W out, or was that just a mistake?
I think we're just going to move on from that point.
Yeah. It did seem a generous read.
The error there, just dropping into court. Fortunate one for WA, but you never say no to points like that. Thorpe now swings and swings well. Swings with great technique and great power. Just takes it to 4-5 now in this set. Tasmania 4 and Flynn to serve.
The experienced Trin Thorpe has been very good for the Echidnas today. Flynn. Waves a hand on that one, despairingly. The WA take the point.
Certainly is a real ability to, in this Western Australian team, to relieve the setter when they've taken that first ball. It is really just showcasing their skill set in that regard. Oh, and a beautiful block there, but really well covered on the block there from Western Australia. Hudson swings, and Hudson swings well. Tags that left arm, rather, of Sarah, and causes the tool off.
Again, Trin Thorpe central to that one for the Echidnas. Some superb blocking earlier in the point, keeping them in it. And 5-6. It's as competitive as the Echidnas have been in a set so far this afternoon. Can they build from this?
Oh, and that relief set that I was trying to hype up, probably that's the first time I think that's let down the WA women today. Just pushing that one up and over the net, and it's going to be bread and butter for a good blocker, those kind of overpasses.
6-0. Hudson the serve. They maintain the advantage. As the Echidnas looking to get their noses in front in this third set. And the dangerous Sarah to serve once more. Been so impressive this afternoon, Jasmine Sarah. All right. The fingertips to it all right, but just drops in the middle of the court. 8-6 now for WA Steel.
Attempted to run the slide ball. Rice there with some good cover to make the save. And good block there to follow it up. Really tough one to hit those kind of balls. Just not really as high as Thorpe would have liked. To roll that one into the back of the court, but a little bit too much power on it. It'll be 9-6 now.
Once again, Jasmine Sarah doing some damage. And once again, the commentator's curse striking and back to 9-7. So the Echidnas keep pushing them here, keep it close. It's Trinthorpe on the serve. A good one. Oh, deft. Great reactions there and quick thinking from Tessa Brown, spied the gap.
Like a sentinel there was Tessa Brown, just on watch the entire time, leaping into action when necessary. Not trying to overhit the ball, as some people do with a rush of blood to the head, but knowing that every point is a point, as the great Fred Hollows once said.
Might be paraphrasing Fred's work a little there, but the concept the same, I believe.
Maybe paraphrasing Fred Hollow's work a little bit, but
Sarah.
Oh, big swing from Sarah. The pot ball leaping through in the back court. Lovely shot.
Stepping up, smashing that one. Hislop now to serve, 11-7. It's been the mid part of the sets where the WA side have made their move in sets number 1 and 2 and really got some separation on the scoreboard, threatening to do so again. But the hosts respond there, and I reckon Lucy Allwright's really grown into this one as it's progressed this afternoon.
I think she certainly has, mate. She perhaps a little bit nervous in the beginning, but you soon forget about all of those nerves when you begin playing on the instinct that you've trained for. She's been certainly working hard off the court. Agnew now with the left hand, swings well. Quality veteran of this side now is Alice Agnew.
I like having a left-hander in there, I like the variation it provides.
Oh, you certainly do, Andrew. You'll be looking forward to the men's match, which will be following this match too for all of our punters listening in on the stream. We'll have a left-handed setter, by the looks of it, playing for the Echidnas. That'll be my prediction coming out, and you'd like to see those balls being hit on the second touch, Andrew, then we might see a little bit of that later on. It's a little bit of a sloppy one there from WA, pushing it out the back. Just pushing here are the Echidnas. They really love to show the WA girls that they can take it up to them. Another great serve there from Allwright, but just a little bit too much power on it, but it was dropping like a stone.
Didn't quite tip in time for her, and now look out because Jackie Tambouri is back on the serve for WA, which has spelled trouble throughout much of the afternoon for the Echidnas. Again, they pull away to a 13-10 lead. Too much power on that occasion. Tambouri will go again.
Oh, excellent set there from No. Pushing it out to the opposite. Tessa Brown with the swing. Trinthorpe worked so hard to get that, but it just really pushed itself off the net in an uncomfortable sort of position there for Agnew to attempt to make the save. Can get some pretty considerable variation when the ball makes contact with the net, so they can be difficult ones to save. Tambouri to serve again.
As you said, tough to read the ball off the net. And again,
We saw this happen in the first couple of sets. A couple of good serving runs there from Tambouri where service reception just struggled a little bit for the Echidnas. But you can watch her. She moves up and down the baseline, just Jackie Tambouri, to change up her angles and the shots of where she's going. But a superb response there from No. She just deftly flicks that one over into the middle of the court, evading the outstretched fingertips of the middle blocker. Lovely work from Nat.
and finally escaped the serve of Tambouri. Good serve there from No. Thorpe's defence been very impressive in this set in particular. And Tambouri sets that one up. Damp from Wilkinson. She'll go again. And Shelby Marr looking all the power game.
Some really good defence being played by the Echidnas ladies in this point. Showing it again there was Rice. Oh, and perhaps a net touch there. I think it was from Shelby Maher. You can see from the smile on her face. A little bit of contact there and working really hard in defence to earn that point.
The body language gave that away to the refs of both players. Hudson thought she made an error, and then the big grin broke her across her face when she realised the net had been touched and she'd been bailed out a little.
Perhaps just that little smile was wondering if the ball touching the net also was going to let her get away with it. But our second ref, Mr. Stephen Ibbott, one of the finest referees in Tasmania, one of the finest servants to our community too.
When she gets a free swing like that,
wrong.
Tessa Brown, my word, what a weapon when she gets a swing like that in.
And still young too is Tessa Brown. Certainly has more growth, and I think they got a little bit lucky on that one. The passes for the Echidnas, probably going for that ball and missing it and finding that it lands out. But again, that's a frequent part of my career of volleyball too. Well received from Sarah, they run the middle.
Oh! Agnew from the ground. Outstanding.
And, just wondering potentially. Oh, just a little bit of unhappiness potentially from Brown. Looking displeased at the second referee for calling that net touch. And I think the Western Australians are perhaps displeased about the set from the player who was lying prone on the ground. I think they had a really good case there for 2 touches, but you know, in the spirit of the point, Andrew, I think you've got to let it go.
Look, for the theatre alone, 16-14. Keeps it close, keeps it exciting. We've had 2 blowout sets. Let's have a bit of a grind and a battle here in set number 3. And they have improved as the match has worn on. The Echidnas, I think, 12 and 15 in the first 2 sets they got to. Already up to 14 here in set number 3 and right in it.
You certainly do see that from the referees or umpires in a lot of sports when you get towards the crunch time. What is potentially getting towards the end of the game, they do tend to put the whistle away a little bit, which is something that I think the fans like to see because it leads to more play.
So 16-14, it'll be the Southpaw Agnew to serve.
It'll be interesting. The coach Pauline Mansell has certainly put the pressure on this server. And she's equal to it is Agnew. Excellent block there from Thorpe. Perhaps a little bit ambitious there from Knott. Not a bad option at all. Hudson just close on it.
Tough one there for Erica Hudson. Trying to get up to it. So Win Cup here, serving with a 17-14 advantage. And again, gets the soft point off serve. Extends the lead. And whenever the Echidnas have just drawn close in this match, they've really stamped their authority at this WA side and pulled away.
They certainly have.
From Agnew there. And Thorpe.
Difficult serve, and that may tag the head of the blocker, showing the height that they can get to, this Western Australian blocking defence, but a big point to the Echidnas. Bouncing off them and away. We see Flynn now for the serve. I'd like to give a big thank you to all of our volunteers and staff that have made this event possible today. You see a really good leap there from his slot. Quite the shot that she wanted. But those volunteers have certainly been spectacular for us today. We've had everything from balls people to keep the game ticking over quickly, community coming together to provide linesmen, referees, accommodation. Certainly been a whole community effort here from the Tasmanian Echidnas and Volleyball Tasmania and all our supporters.
So that one just flicking the hands and flying out. So WA's point, 19-16. A laconic serving style described as from Flynn, but a pretty effective one. As WA take over the dangerous Mar once more. Thorpe. And a blast away through. The defence and the blocking outstanding from WA. But even better is Trent Thorpe. I don't know how she pulled that off, but what a shot. She's been the Echidnas' best, and she wins to another point with a moment of inspiration.
To get a lift. The WA blockers had completely switched off there.
I thought they'd won it.
Class and skill.
Oh.
And just another one. Those kind of points, they can be so crucial in getting you a run. It's when you have your star player and captain pull out a shot like that, and you follow it up with a really good serve like that from Hudson. Great opportunity here for the Echidnas to really put some pressure back on them. Into the crunch time of the game now.
Outstanding there once again. Diving in was Ma. Thorpe trying to get to work once more. Despairing dive from Hudson, but can't get it up. And a big point there for WA. You almost feel like they needed that one. Just a little bit of pressure building on them. The Echidnas threatening to draw level.
Certainly was.
A good player to have the ball in the hands of here in Sarah if you're WA. And the Echidnas win it back.
They run the slide. WA get 2 blocks to it. Really moving well, Western Australia's blockers. Some excellent work from Hislop in that point. Just getting from side to side so well. And they'll take a timeout with the Echidnas. Just want an opportunity to put a bit of pressure, I think, on the server in Sarah. Take a little breather here with Rice.
4 points from victory now, aren't they? So a good time to call a timeout, I reckon. Just go, look, let's give it our all. This is it. Last chance saloon type operation. Give it all you've got. Leave it all out there on the court. See if you can just steal this third set from them.
Yeah, and it's certainly been a really good effort this set from the Echidnas ladies. They've shown a little bit more of their class and qualities than they probably did in the first couple.
Probably adjusting to the quality of the opposition a little bit. Getting used to the tempo perhaps as it's gone on too.
And that's what these friendly matches are all about. Good preparation as we look towards the next year and the full season of play. Runs Thorpe again. All picked up by Brown. Hislop really coming into the game late. But it's Lucy Allwright, unafraid to be hitting into those blocks and hits straight through them. She's done that a couple of times now, is Allwright.
Yeah, she, as I said before, really grown into the game as it's worn on and just got better and better. Fantastic work there. And it'll be the dangerous Thorpe to serve.
They're going to have to be calling her Lucy good at some point because it's a little bit more than all right. It's been good today.
Lucy all good.
A little bit of a hit set there from Hudson and the set in from Agnew. Putting their skills around the wrong way there, perhaps, but WA won't let them get away with that one.
Set up nicely for Sabine Jansen. Smashes that one home and moves them within 3 points of the match.
Really crucial point to side out here for the Echidnas. Win back that serve.
Hislop to serve. All right again. He has been fantastic here, particularly in set number 3. Really showcasing not just the defensive qualities, but the offensive. And smashing that one through the block. And they're just hanging in there, the Echidnas. Big point this one. Great serve.
Pushed out wide now to Brown. And unfortunately for her, Allwright cannot get as much of that one as she wants to.
Maybe in two minds whether to leave it or not, and then realise, no, this is dipping, I've got to hit it.
Certainly more of a net player, I think. We do tend to specialise in volleyball, and middle blockers would generally be brought out each time for the libero to replace them in the backcourt. So not an area that they put as much training into.
And brings up
where she put the training into when she was winning those points on the net. But WA have just snuck away at the end here. And it's that woman again, Tamburi, with the serves.
It would be fitting, really, if Tamburi were to end it. Match point here for WA. Tamburi, the best server in the match, looking to close it out. The Echidnas hang in there. They need to be perfect from here on out. And they're not. Unfortunately, WA too strong and too good for the hosts here. They've put on a fine showing. A good effort in the third set from the hosts, getting there to 20, but the class really shone through in those first 2 sets. It was pretty dominant from WA. A really competitive third set was excellent to see, but the visitors fully deserved winners there, Jake Morgan.
No, and I think they were, and I think there was more than a few standouts on the court. We could see the qualities of Hislop at the end of that game, moving left to right, was the middle blocker. The serving ability of Jackie Tamburi certainly created massive problems for the Echidnas and really kept their setter under a lot of pressure. And if you've got an opportunity to put the opposition setter under pressure when you're as strong at blocking as Western Australia, then you're going to really struggle to get into that game. So they've done a fantastic job there, but it's a really good example of what we've started to build here in Tasmania and where we've come from. Those ladies continued to get better throughout that game, and that has been some progress that we've seen consistently throughout the beginning of this club, and it's fantastic to see that continuing to develop as they focus on higher quality opposition.
Yeah, plenty to take out, particularly from that third set there for the Echidnas. They'll be pleased with that. They hung in there, they pushed them into just that extra little bit of quality from WA Steel, getting them over the line. But some real positives for sure. As we've touched on, Lucy Allwright, really fantastic as the game wore on. I thought Bonnie McAdam did some nice things. Trin Thorpe, I mean, we knew what to expect from the veteran coming into this one. Boy, did she deliver. 35 years of age, but geez, you wouldn't tell. She moves just fine and was the Echidna's best out there today.
No, she certainly was, but yep, they continue to grow to those girls, and we will be taking a break here at the Moona Sports Centre. Please be joining us shortly. We will be having the men's match between the Tasmanian Echidnas and WA Steel live to you from approximately 3:55 on this stream. Hope to have you with us then.
Bye for now.